Bridget here to do yet another book haul for you. Before I get into the book haul, I just want to explain that this will be part one of a two-part book haul because yet again, Bridget has spent way too much money on books. But this one's themed. This particular book haul is going to be all manga and graphic novels. Anyways, and then there's an unboxing at the end, which I'm super excited for because you have no idea how little patience I have when it comes to these boxes. Like, I was already planning to record a video when I got home from work, and when I came home, it was sitting there by my door, and I was like, victory! Because I could open it for you guys. Because seriously, if I wasn't planning on recording a video, that box would be open by now. So anyways, let's jump straight into the book haul because it's going to be a long one, of course. So the first 5 books I have here are all in the same series, and it is the first 5 volumes in the Attack on Titan series, all by Hajime Isayama. I absolutely love this series right now. It's probably one of my favorites. Read this one back at the end of last year at some point because I borrowed it from the library, became obsessed with it, and totally read all of it up to date online already. And I've watched the first season of the anime. It's amazing. And basically I bought this because it needs to be in my collection because it's epic. I'm going to tell a brief storyline of it, but it's not going to really be a detailed storyline because it's just way too complicated to explain exactly. So this is set in a world where these giants called Titans come out of nowhere and have taken over the earth. They eat people, and over a course of, I believe, 100 years, they have slowly pushed humanity to living behind a series of 3 walls. And one day, this Titan that is stronger, faster, and taller than any other Titan they've ever seen before breaks into the first wall, and it sets off a series of chain of events, and it's just epicness, and that's all I can say because, again, too complicated for me to really explain, but it's such an awesome series, guys. If you like anime and manga, please check this series out now. If you've been keeping up with my videos, you know that I've been collecting the bind-ups for this particular series over time, and the next 2 books came out, so I picked them up, and they are the Full Metal Alchemist bind-ups by Hiromu Arakawa. So we have this one, which has volumes 16 through 18 in them, and this one, which has 19 through 21 in them. And I believe there's only like 1 or 2 bind-ups left until it's all out in the bind-ups, and I'm super excited for it. If you haven't watched one of my videos where I explain what the story is about, I'm going to be really brief and really short about this. But it is basically about these 2 brothers. They lose their mother, she dies, and they try to bring her back to life with a magical system they have in this world called alchemy. But there are rules to alchemy, and one of them is equivalent exchange. You try to create something, you have to give something. And basically the younger brother ends up losing his body, so his older brother quickly attaches his soul to this suit of armor, and then the older brother loses one of his arms and one of his legs. After realizing their mistake, the entire series is basically them trying to get their bodies back. And so ensues the greatest epic story ever created. So yeah. Then I needed like a light, fluffy shoujo to like put in there, and so I picked up Nisekoi by Naoshikomu. There's more to the story than this, and it's not going to sound all that great when I say it, but I just need to make it really brief. It is basically a love triangle between this guy and these 2 girls. The other major plot line is that he is the heir to a Yakuza gang, and they are having like a feud with another Yakuza gang that to basically try and calm the feud, the 2 leaders, which one is his father, decides to get their children together to date, or at least to fake dating, so that the gangs would stop fighting. So, and this character here, I believe her name is Chitoge, she is the daughter of the other Yakuza group. So there's this whole thing because he secretly likes this girl and this girl secretly likes him, but then she's like in this fake relationship with him, and then it just starts, yeah, you know, shoujo, you typical, yeah. It's really cute though, and it's a comedy as well, so it's really funny. And I actually, after reading this just yesterday, found out that there was an anime adaptation, and I watched the first like 5 episodes to it, and it's really cute and just something really quick in between all the other books I've been reading. It has been a really good reading month for me, you guys. My March wrap-up's going to be pretty long. That's all I have to say. So yeah, there's that one. That is all the manga in this haul. The rest of it is graphic novels before the unboxing. So the first graphic novel that I have to show you guys is Avatar: The Lost Adventures created by Brian Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino. Wow, that's a mouthful. If you have not seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, you've been living under a rock. Probably my favorite show of all time. I own all 3 series on DVD, and I frequently watch episodes from it, I want to say at least once a week, because it's kind of like my guilty pleasure kind of pick-me-up. Like if I'm feeling down, it's so funny and happy that it just like, it lifts my spirits, so I kind of randomly watch it to like when I'm feeling bad or something. But anyways, this is a series of little short comics. Like some of them are literally a page long, and some of them are a couple pages long, but it's just a bunch of little mini short comics, and they're all like hilarious and funny, so they all have like a comedic ending to it, but it's just like little adventures that the characters go through during their adventures in the series, like in between the anime that you don't see. So it's really cute. Oh my gosh, Sokka is probably the funniest character of all time. Like, I just love that face. And yeah, there's no explaining it. It's Avatar. That's all I have to say. I forget whose channel I was watching when I saw this particular graphic novel, but the cover art looked so beautiful, and it is called Delilah Dirk and the Turkish Lieutenant by Tony Cliff. And I just absolutely love this cover, the typography, how it's like this shiny silver color, and the artwork is just gorgeous. It just looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. The next 2 graphic novels I have here are both in the same series, and I have heard nothing but good things from all of the booktubers that have mentioned it, and I've already read both of these, and I completely agree with them about this. And they are volumes 1 and volume 2 of Saga by Brian K. Vaughan, not sure how to pronounce that, and Fiona Staples, who I believe is the illustrator for it. When I flipped through it initially, I was kind of weirded out. It's got a lot of weird parts, and it's definitely not for the younger reader. But once you start reading it, you start to understand. It's got such a wonderful storyline to it. It's basically about these 2 feuding, I wouldn't say planets, because basically there's people living on the planet, and then there's people, I say people, but they're not actually like humans, and then there's people living on the moon of this planet, and they get into a war, so they start feuding. So that's like the major storyline, but then it's basically about these 2 characters who fall in love, and they're both each from the different warring sides. They fall in love, and initially the very beginning of the story is they have a child together, and she's a girl and her name is Hazel. So it's basically their struggle of trying to find a place where it will be okay for them to be together. They don't want to be at war anymore. They just want everybody to be at peace so they can be in this relationship. And it's just so much more than that, but they have a lot of people going after them because it's a big controversial thing for them to be together, and they don't want it to get out to either side that there's been a child born to both sides. So they're being chased, and it's awesome and amazing, and I love it. And then finally, before my unboxing, these last 3 graphic novels are all from the same series, and those are the first 3 volumes in the Amulet series by Kazu Kibuishi. Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. This is a middle grade graphic novel series. So basically it is a story about a brother and a sister who have a tragic history where their father died, and after he dies they move into their grandparents' old house because it's cheaper since they only have one parent now. But their grandfather is a mysterious guy. Apparently he disappeared a long time ago and they never found out what happened to him. The very first night they're there at the house, their mother gets kidnapped by this squid thing, and they end up into a world where there's all kinds of crazy stuff happening. His sister finds this weird amulet in the, I believe it's in the attic or just in one of the rooms that the grandfather had there. And she finds out later that it has magical properties. All kinds of stuff happens. They find out that they're part of some prophecy where they have to save this other world, and it's just so awesome. And I'm really, really enjoying it. There's 5 volumes out right now. The 6th volume comes out, has a cover, but I forgot to look at when it's coming out. I want to say it's pretty soon, but I'm not too sure. I can't wait. I can't wait to read it because it's so good. And then finally, we're going to do the unboxing. I have a box cutter here. Very handy for these types of things. So, we have that. So the first book I picked out here, and there are a couple novels in here, not graphic novels, but there's a lot of graphic novels in here too. But the first one I grabbed here is Heart of Iron by Beck McMaster, and the reason I picked this up is because I've been really into watching Gwendolyn from the Gwendolyn Reading Method, I think is the name of her channel. Anyways, she has amazing videos. I think this was in one of her recommendations, or it was in one of her random fantasy recommendations. I can't exactly remember, but she was talking about this series, and so I decided to try it out. It looks really cliche to me, but she said it was really good, and I've been liking some of the things she's recommending lately, so I thought I'd try it out. Then the other novel that I have in here is a recommendation, not specifically to me, but it's a book that Reagan from Peruse Projects has talked about several times, and so it sounded really interesting to me, and that is Finnick of the Rock by Melinda Marchetta. So I only picked this up because Reagan picked it up and she read it and she said it was really, really good and she really enjoyed it, and I love any fantasy recommendations made by Reagan. If she talks about it, I need to pick it up because I have yet to find a book that she says she's read that she likes that I haven't liked. So yes, thank you, Reagan. The rest of these are graphic novels. The first 2 are in the same series, I believe. I think so. And that is George R.R. Martin's The Hedge Knight, which is a Game of Thrones prequel. So we have The Hedge Knight, and then The Sworn Sword, which I believe is volume 2. Like I said, I've just been really getting into the graphic novels, and I recently read the first 4 novels to the Song of Ice and Fire series, and I love this series. By the way, season 4 starts April 6th. Cannot wait. Oh my gosh. Yes. So anyways, I wanted to pick these up because it's a prequel and I'm interested in anything to do with this world. So yeah, I cannot wait to pick these up. Next one we have, I'm super excited for, and that is Volume 3 of Saga. I think this just released like a few days ago, and I immediately ordered it, and it came in, and I'm probably going to read this as soon as I'm done recording, and I can't wait because the series is so good. And again, the next 2 are from the same series again, and I got Volume 4 and Volume 5 of Amulet. Super stoked. They look so awesome, and that's all in the box. So that was part 1 in my book haul. Part 2 will probably be tomorrow. It consists of all novels, some stuff that I picked up from a comic convention, and a small library haul. So look forward to that tomorrow, and I will see you guys next time.